Today's our final day in speaking about community and sharing together, and I want to read to you a couple verses from Paul's letter to the Ephesians from chapter 4, verses 2 and 3. Paul writes, "With all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace." Listen to all those different words, and let me begin by saying this. Have you ever had the experience in a church of being frustrated with another church member, with another Christian? Have you ever found yourself arguing with another person in church or another Christian, or really disagreeing vehemently about something? Sometimes people can act surprised that other people who are members of their church or Christians don't agree with them on every single thing, that they don't agree on every controversial issue, they don't see everything the same way. Now, on the one hand, there are people who think, well, you should agree with me on everything, because if you don't, you're clearly wrong because you're not seeing it the way I do. But I always look at these verses from Ephesians and say, the idea of Christians not seeing everything eye to eye is clearly not a new situation. It's always been that way. So first of all, we shouldn't be surprised by the fact that Christians can have different views and different opinions about everything from styles of music or worship, or what sort of dress somebody should wear in a worship service, how we should appear, or how long people's hair should be. This is stuff that's written about in the New Testament, right? How long people's hair should be, whether you should wear jewelry or not. So there's lots of things Christians can disagree about. But listen to the words that Paul uses. Again, humility, gentleness, and patience. These three things should be part of our attitude towards other people and other believers. Now again, think about yourself. How am I doing? Am I being humble? Am I being gentle? Am I being patient with people who see things differently than I do, who have a different opinion than I do? Unfortunately, we live in a time when social media and 24/7 talk radio and cable TV does exactly the opposite. Rather than humility, there's pride and arrogance and condescension. Rather than gentleness, there's hostility, meanness, and inciting people even to violence. And rather than patience, everyone seems to have such a short fuse and no tolerance for people being different than they do. There's a reason why Paul says we are to bear with one another in love. So I encourage you, humility, gentleness, patience, bear with one another in love, and on your part, make every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. That's what every church needs, every family needs, it's what our community needs, it's what our nations need.